Good afternoon, everybody. Colin here with Techout. It has been a while since we've been able to do a live stream like this. So I've got the camera popped on here. Let me move some of these things. But yeah, it's been a while since I've been able to do a live stream like this. If you've seen some of my videos, you guys know that back in August, I got a staph infection, and that led to sepsis basically, and I was in the hospital for 1 day short of 3 weeks. And this infection went to mostly my left foot, my right foot as well, but it was mainly my left foot. So they had to basically cut open the side of my foot and to clean out that infection, and they had to do this multiple times. They didn't have to open it multiple times. They left the wound open, and they had to go in there and clean it out multiple times. Obviously, I was on antibiotics, all that fun stuff. I was actually on IV antibiotics until yesterday. When I got out of the hospital, they put a line in my arm so I could do them at home. And so they just removed that yesterday because I'm done with that. So that is all good. But with that line removed out of my arm now, I can use crutches because I still can't walk on my left foot. They're going to have to go in there and do some surgery to fix that up probably here in a month or two. Once everything is, make sure everything's good to go from the infection. And then if everything's good to go, they're going to go in there and fix some stuff up. Probably have to put some hardware in there. And then hopefully after that I can walk again. But being on crutches, I'm able to get back up to upstairs to my office, where my office is. I was having to stay downstairs for the entire time because being in the wheelchair, I wasn't able to get upstairs. I don't really go up the stairs with the crutches either. I kind of just crawl up the stairs and sit on my butt and scoot down the stairs. But with the crutches, I can move around upstairs. I can't, obviously can't bring the wheelchair upstairs. So that was kind of the limitation there. So all my videos are being done from my iPhone. If I was doing a video of my iPhone, then I would use my Fold 6 to record the videos. But everything was being recorded here on my iPhone. This is the 16 Pro Max. I had some stuff from my 15 Pro Max as well. So that really came in clutch. I actually really enjoy using the Final Cut stuff on the iPhone and then transferring it to the iPad, or recording directly to a drive on my iPhone with USB-C, and then being able to just plug it into my Mac, have everything right there. So I actually ordered a tripod mount for my iPhone. So if I'm doing videos on stuff like accessories and stuff like that I don't need the phone in the video, then I'm probably going to record them with my iPhone because I can do 4K 60 as opposed to 1080 60 with my camera. So that'll be a little bit better there. I'm installing iOS 7 or 18.1 beta 7 right now, just for you guys coming in. But we're just kind of chatting about what's been going on over the past couple months while we wait on that to download and install. But so yeah, I do like really recording on the iPhone. I've actually thought about instead of buying another camera per se, maybe just buying another second iPhone. That way when I want to make videos of my iPhone, I just use that and have an iPhone as a dedicated, for streaming and for a camera and stuff like that. Because to get a camera that does 4K 60 or better, and has good quality video, you're looking at over $1,000 for something like that. Whereas I can get just a plain, iPhone 15 or iPhone 16 Pro, and it's got an excellent camera on it. The 16 Pro will do, 4K 120 hertz. So, I feel like you get better quality out of an iPhone than you do with a camera at that price level. Sure, there's more, with lenses and stuff like that on the camera. There's more flexibility for stuff like that, but I really don't feel like I ever take advantage of that or use that or really need it for the kind of videos that I am doing. So I feel like for just this, tech videos, down shots like this, that an iPhone would do just fine. So that is something that I'm considering here in the future, but for now we're just going to keep going how we're going. I'm using this camera for the live stream. I'll still use it for some videos, but where possible, I will be using the iPhone to record. So that's what's been up with me. I've still got a boot on my right foot, hopefully here in the next week. Once I see the doctor for that, he said if everything's still stable in there, he'll take me out of the boot and I'll be good to go on the right foot. It's just the left foot we got to get fixed up. But other than that, don't get staph infections. And if you think you might have an infection, go to the hospital before you get a full-blown staph infection in your blood and get sepsis and all that kind of stuff, because that's not a good thing. I didn't really feel too terribly bad. I thought maybe I had COVID or something. But yeah, I had sepsis, and they say for every hour sepsis goes untreated, you can increase your risk of death, or increase the chance of death from sepsis by 8%, up to 8%. So it's definitely not a good thing to have. It's definitely something, if you think you might have an infection, that you get the infection taken care of before it turns into all that. Because like I said, I was in the hospital for 3 weeks. Most of that was because of the foot stuff. They had the first doctor that was treating that didn't do a very good job, and did not clean out the whole entire foot. She didn't think that there was infection in, not the entire foot, but she didn't think there was infection in other parts of the foot. So she didn't do anything with it, and there was. So that was kind of, I was on the antibiotics, but the antibiotics were kind of fighting like the infection that was still there that needed to be cleaned out. So it was it took a little longer than it should have, and technically it almost cost me my foot. There was a point where when the second doctor took over, they did another MRI on it and saw how much infection there was and how much I don't know what, like, if it's damaged or what, but when he saw the MRI, it looked so bad that he actually brought in the vascular surgeon to the next surgery, because they thought they were going to have to cut off my foot. So they were prepared. And they had all the stuff from me, that if they got in there during that surgery and saw that the foot was not salvageable, that they were going to go ahead and take my foot and lower leg off, just below my knee. But I thankfully woke up from that surgery about 30 minutes later with 2 feet still. So we're going to do what we got to do to fix the left one back up and get back on it. So I am thankful for that second doctor that actually took the time to look into everything and realized that there was still a problem, and we were able to get it taken care of just in time to not have to lose that foot, because they actually told me, based on what the MRI looked like, that it probably was not going to be salvageable, and that I would be better off, recovery would be faster, and things would overall just be better if they took it off and I got a prosthetic. But once they got in there, like I said, it did not look as bad as what they thought. So the doctor, I guess, thought that it was worth trying to salvage. I also got the iPhone SE. This is the 2020, the non-5G version, the old one, or older one. It's not the oldest one. It's the second generation. I've actually got this on iOS 18.1 as well. So it is downloading the beta. I just got this fired back up yesterday. It's set up in my office for about 2 months. This is the phone that I put that cheap Amazon battery in. And yeah, it was not going well. Trying to get it to charge yesterday. It had been completely dead up here since, probably for about 2 months. Because it had been a while since I used it before that too. I could not get it to draw more than like 0.5 watts off my charger. And I put it on a wireless charger, and I noticed that it was charging more off the wireless charger for a little bit, and then it stopped. And so I took it off the wireless charger and I plugged it back in, and it finally started charging, and it took off and it charged. So now we are apparently good to go. So we'll see how that goes. RC next week, I think so, because next week is let me look at the calendar here. Let me see. Because it looks like we should get that is not the right, hold on one second, let me fix that because that's not the right button. We need this to go to the screen, not that. There we go. Okay, so we have the calendar here. If we get the RC next week, yes, because a lot of the rumors are saying that the iOS 18.1 is going to come out on the 28th, so that'll be a week between. So RC next week on the 21st, and then the public release there on the 28th seems to be in line with what everybody's saying. The iPhone's restarting now. I just started the download on this, so it's not done yet. But yeah, we should be seeing the RC next week, and then the release to the public on the 28th, which I'm kind of excited for because hopefully we'll get 8.2 beta coming in soon, which hopefully will introduce a bunch more features as far as what we're waiting on from Apple Intelligence and stuff like that. Let's see here. Let's check real quick and see if we have any release notes yet. We probably don't, but let's see. Yeah, we don't have any release notes yet, so it's going to be kind of hard to see what they fixed and changed, because there's probably not going to be too much stuff excuse me, in here that is going to be new right now. There were a couple of things I was waiting on them fixing. Like I said, I don't know yet. Battery life was a big thing for me. Ever since I got probably whatever the next beta was that came out after the 16 Pro release, or the 16's released, battery life kind of went to crap. It was okay at first, and then it kind of went to crap, and a lot of other people were saying the same thing. The Apple Watch had like a significant drop in battery life. My Apple Watch Ultra 2, I usually get 2 days out of it easy with, like I'll wear it one day, sleep with it that night, wear it the next day, and then either sleep and charge it, or charge it and then sleep, and kind of repeat that process. And I was really only getting like one day was going to drop it to about 40%. So sleeping with it, I wouldn't have enough power to get through the next day. So it really dropped the battery life down to like a day, and then a thing of sleep tracking, which was about, probably about, I would say 16 to 24 hours, or 12 to 24 hours less than what it usually had. And ever since the last update on it, the last beta, it seems to have fixed that. A lot of people are saying that theirs is doing better as well. So hopefully that fixes all that. I think this beta is the stuff that takes anything from 18.0.1, any of the fixes from there. We should have seen partly in beta 6, and probably some of them in beta 7 as well. So hopefully that fixes the battery life concerns that I was having. The SE2 right here is also installing 18.1. Obviously, we don't have any of the Apple Intelligence stuff on the iPhone SE, but it does have 18.1 in the beta now. That one, I don't know about the battery life, how that one was doing, because like I said, I just got it turned back on yesterday, and I haven't used it as a phone since. It's just been right here. So I was having some issues with the $20 Amazon battery that I put in it a couple months ago. Nothing new in Apple Intelligence settings, at least. I don't know if we'll have anything new as far as that right now. Performance seems to be okay right off the bat. Obviously, don't really know quite yet. Yeah, I can't think of any of the issues off the top of my head till they happen again. I know the keyboard was a little laggy, and then battery life was kind of iffy. So hopefully that's fixed. That was my main concern, like I said. I wish there were release notes, but there aren't, so we can't go through and see if there's any under the hood changes. And I just want to let everybody know, if you guys want to support the channel while you're doing a little bit of Siri, be quiet. While you're doing a little bit of shopping, there's a bunch of links in the description now that I'm going to probably rotate through every once in a while. But they're all collaborations with different brands. So there's a bunch of stuff on there. Most of them give you 10% off. I think there's one on there that's between 10 and 20 depending on the item. but most of them give you 10% off. Slick Wraps is on there if you want to get a cool like wrap for your phone. I've got this one. This is like an Apple Retro one on my 16 Pro Max. This one comes in this kind of, classic retro Macintosh tan or old computer tan with the rainbow Apple logo on it. It also comes in black. And then you can also get like colored versions of it if you want like a color. So that's on Slick Wraps. Check their website out. Like I said, 10% off. If anybody's looking for a used device, I'm actually going to show you guys this real quick. Plug does not sponsor me or give me anything outside this affiliate link. So it's an affiliate link, but it's not sponsored. But their website, or not their website, their products are pretty cool. If you're looking for an Android device, they've got a few different things in here. They don't have any foldables right now, but this is where I got my Fold 4. I bought it in. They have 3 different conditions. They have eco-friendly, good, and excellent. Eco-friendly is going to have some dings and scratches. Good might have a scratch or two, and then excellent is going to be like a brand new phone basically. I bought a Fold 4 on here for like $500. Excellent condition, and I got it, and I couldn't tell the thing had ever been used. They did. I don't know if Plug did this or if it was already like this when Plug got it. But the inner screen protector was removed. I don't know if they didn't realize that you weren't supposed to take those off, and they were inspecting the phone and said, "Oh, there's a screen protector on," and they took it off, or what happened. But it didn't damage anything. Everything was fine. I already had some inner screen protectors for the Fold 4 anyway that I could put on. But they sell MacBooks, they sell Apple Pencils, AirPods, iPhones. You can even get like an iPhone 8 Plus, $129. Obviously, you can't really. That's going to be a couple iOS versions behind, but you can get like iPhone 13, $400, iPhone 12, $279. So if you're looking for like a phone for your kid or maybe a second phone to run the beta on, stuff like that, check them out. They do sell a lot of good stuff, and I don't have anything bad to say about them. I like their products, and I think they're good condition, and I think they're worth the value. I trust them a little bit more than getting something used off eBay or like Amazon renewed or something like that, because you really don't know where those things are coming from. Plug stuff is not refurbished. It is pre-owned. So they're like certified pre-owned devices. They take them, they clean them, they inspect them. They do multi-point checks and stuff like that, and then they pass them on to you with some savings. So they're not something that's been taken apart and repaired or anything like that, like some of this Amazon renewed stuff where they take it apart and put a crappy battery in it and stuff like that. I think this is still installing. But yeah, so I've had very good luck. I actually got this Magic Mouse right here. Got it unplugged, like $20 off a new one. And everybody knows how expensive these Apple keyboards are with Touch ID, and this is the black one. These things are like $199. I think I got this for like $140, and it came in the original box. So I'm pretty sure this may have just been like an open box return. It did not. There was nothing on it that indicated it was used. It came in the original box. It was only missing like the lightning cable to charge it, so obviously not a big deal. I've got like 100 lightning cables, but check their link out below. You get $10 off your order of $99 or more, so if you want to pick up some stuff like that, check out Plug. We're still installing over there. I'm messing around with the iPhone 16 Pro Max over here just to see if there's anything new. I don't know if this is just because the phone just restarted, or if iOS 18.1 Beta 7 has a couple, fixes, optimizations, but it does seem to be a little bit snappier in animations and opening apps. So that's good. Things just seem to be running a little bit smoother than, not that they were bad before, but they seem to be a little bit smoother than they were. So that's very good. Like I said, could be just because things got cleared out when I restarted it, which is a good possibility, but we'll see. Not noticing any real issues. The keyboard seems a little bit more responsive. Like I just found the keyboard when I was typing fast, it seemed like there was a little bit of a stutter and delay between what I typed and when it got to the text box. It was kind of throwing me off, but it seems to be doing pretty well. This is how I have my control center set up, by the way, if anybody's curious. Maybe I should do a video on what are we doing? Oh, crap, we're trying to share. Connected to my, what did it connect for? Okay. I held the phone together. I don't know what that does, but I held it next to the SE and it connected to it. I don't know if that's for like AirDrop or what, because when I tap the island, it doesn't do anything. But okay, well, I don't know what that was for, but I think that might be for like AirDrop or something like that. But because it didn't try to share the contact, obviously, because they're both my phones. Yeah, if anybody knows what that does, let me know. What was I doing? I don't even remember what I was doing before I tried that, but okay. Or before that happened, but... Oh, control center. So yeah, that's my control center. I made all the control, like Wi-Fi, VPN. I do have the speed test VPN, so I do turn that on and off sometimes. Bluetooth, silent mode, rotation lock, announce notifications. That one's a handy one if you use AirPods a lot. You can turn the AirPods announcing your notifications on and off on it right there. Dark mode, and then the do not disturb mode right there. I just added this yesterday. This is for AirDrop, just because I was AirDropping something to my my Mac. And then screen recording, QR code scanner. I actually found that very handy to have right there, because it opens up just the, like, you don't have to open up the whole camera app. It actually opens up like a dedicated kind of QR code scanner that is just available through that toggle. Calculator, ping my watch. So if I put my Apple Watch down somewhere or take it off and can't find it, I can hit that and it'll ping it. And then we have, what is that one? Oh, this is just a shortcut to the passcode app. Your passcode app, so I can open up that without having to actually have that app on the lock screen or on the home screen. Apple TV remote. This is the Anchor app for my power bank and my charger. So again, just kind of like one of those utility apps that you don't use really, like when you're just using your phone. But if I want to check something with my battery bank or my charger, I can just open the app right there via that shortcut via Control Center. Feedback Assistant, and then that just automatically opens up Feedback Assistant and takes you right to create a bug report. And then, which if you're running the beta, you probably know that. And then the flashlight, which obviously everybody's gonna have their flashlight in Control Center. That bug still exists right there, where when I swiped home, it doesn't do it every time, but you could see these toggles remained after the animation and on the home screen for a second, and then they went away. Obviously, that is a little bit of a UI bug right there. So we'll see this. On this phone, I haven't really customized much. So whatever is on this is probably just the default, and then the home screen is going to be whatever restored from my backup on my 15 Pro Max when I set up this SE. So there's that. But like I said, without the release notes, I can't check and see if anything really changed under the hood. I know somebody in the comments said they just got 18.1 Beta 7 installed on their device. So if you're still in here, do you see anything new? Or if anybody else is in here, do you guys see anything new on 18.1 Beta 7 if you guys are running the beta? Probably not going to be too much new added in right now, since how we're a week away from getting the release candidate, which is going to be probably the build that's going to be released to the public if everything goes well. So they're not going to add in a whole bunch of features and changes and stuff like that right before that happens, because obviously there wouldn't be any time to work out any bugs or anything like that. So these are just going to be bug fix releases at this point. That is just now done installing, and it is verifying the update. Yeah, that battery kind of sucks, but the battery I got on Amazon is supposed to be an upgraded capacity. I don't remember how big that one's supposed to be, but it's supposed to be a higher capacity than the original iPhone SE battery. it just dropped from 100 to 90% installing that update. So it's still that battery I don't think is very good, because like I said, when it completely died, it took me like 9 hours. Like I had it plugged in for 9 hours and it would not charge. Like as soon as you try to turn it on, it would give you the little low battery icon. And as soon as you unplugged it, that would go away. Like it had no power whatsoever. And after that, if it wasn't plugged in, it wouldn't even show the low battery icon. And then I couldn't get it to charge via cable. And then I put it on a wireless charger, or a MagSafe battery pack actually that I have. And I noticed that it was drawing more than it was on the cable. So I let it sit there for a minute. And then after it did that, I plugged it back into the cable, and poof, it was charging at like 15 watts. So I was like, okay. And then after that, it turned back on, and it's been fine since. So I don't know what was up with that, but it finally came back on. I was actually just about to buy another battery to swap into it, or see if I had the original one still to put back in it so I could get it turned on. Because I have this iFixit little, I forget what they call this, but screen little remover suction cup tool. Take the screws out, pop the screen off. It's really easy to change the battery on one of these SEs, especially once this one's been open like twice now, and I didn't change the adhesive on the screen, so obviously it's not water resistant anymore, but it is very easy to get the screen off to swap the battery. And like I said, this is just like a little beater phone that I have. I don't use it as a phone. Most of the time my SIM's not on it. From time to time I will put my SIM on it because it is nice to have that home button and Touch ID every once in a while. But it's mainly just for doing stuff like this, running iOS 18 on an iPhone SE. Which this is a 2021, so it's 4 years old at this point. Maybe we'll see one more iOS update, but who knows. Mine doesn't show up. You're not getting the beta to show up, or what's not showing up? I know previously, what time is it? It's been out for about 45 minutes now. I know on my Mac, let me see if it does it now. On my Mac, I've had issues getting the beta. Not issues, like it's not. I don't have to do anything to fix it, but it'll take a while to get the beta to show up on my. Actually, no. Yeah. See, right now, I don't know if the. Let me check, and see if they even dropped a beta for the Mac. I'm assuming they did, but. Let's see. WatchOS 11.1. Fifth beta is a WatchOS 11.1, tvOS 18.1, and VisionOS 2.1. Let's see. Okay, I don't think there is a new. We got iPadOS, WatchOS, tvOS, HomePodOS, and VisionOS 2.1. So I don't think there is a macOS update right now. I need to check my HomePod. It was not installing the update for some reason. Heated up like crazy. Mine didn't get very. I mean, it got warm, which is normal for an update. Once it's processing everything like that, it's gonna get warm. But it didn't cut down the screen brightness or get that hot. And this one is. I mean, this one feels like it's been in my hand for a while. That's about the temperature I get from the back, is like you've been holding it in your hand for a while, that kind of heat. But it's not overly warm or anything like that, and I haven't been touching it. It's just been sitting right there. Let's see. Just finished updating. Yeah, if anybody is updating right now, let me know what's new. Like I said, I've been browsing around on my 16 Pro Max while this one's over here installing. And like I said, it's probably just going to be a bug fix release because we're so close to the public release. But if anybody sees any changes or anything like that, or bugs they've noticed that have been fixed, let me know. We can all go in here and hunt for everything together. Like I said, I just checked the feedback assistant right here. There's still no release notes for beta 7 yet. If anybody knows what this does, when I held my phone on my iPhone SE here, I got a little thing that said, this said it was connected to this phone, and that phone said it was connected to this phone. Anybody know what that does? tapping the little connected thing didn't bring anything up, so I'm not too sure what they were connected for. So if anybody knows what that is, let me know. It wasn't like a contact share thing. It was literally just a thing in the dynamic island that said Colin's iPhone SE connected. I don't know if it was like an AirDrop thing to send things to this phone, but there wasn't any indication of what it was. I don't know why you'd have to connect, do that for AirDrop, because normally you just hit the little AirDrop button and all the nearby devices show up. New Siri sound. Are you talking about the? Here, let me try it. Hey Siri.
Good afternoon.
That's one thing that this sounds the same to me. Like the little when you hit the button. How's it going, Siri?
Not too shabby. Thanks for asking.
What's the weather like? What's the weather like?
It's currently clear and 70 degrees.
Okay, it's not doing it now. The first time I used it, when I just said "Hey," it was like 5 seconds before she responded. Which new sound are you hearing? Let me see what Siri's like on this one, because it doesn't have the shouldn't have the new Siri, I don't think. Hey Siri, what's up? Does this one make a sound? Let's see. Is silent mode on? Oh wait, I forgot this one has a switch. How's it going? It's kind of weird that the SE has old Siri. So you think they would just give that like the new UI just to keep that consistent, even though it's not going to have like the AI Siri features and the Siri 2.0 or whatever you want to call it. You think they would at least give it the UI just so the look was the same. That would be kind of nice, but they didn't or haven't. Yeah, so somebody said new Siri sound. I'm not hearing a new sound. The sound when you like invoke Siri and the animation pops up sounds the same to me. So if that's not what you're talking about, let me know. On a 14 plus, I mean, you're probably not going to get much new on a 14 plus. You're probably not going to get much new on anything under an iPhone 15 Pro in 18.1, just because 18.1, a lot of the stuff in 18.1 is related to Apple Intelligence, which none of those in the 14, the 15 they're not going to get unless it's a 15 Pro. 15 Pro, I mean, yeah, you're just going to get updates probably to Apple Intelligence stuff. I'm assuming that's what the next couple updates are going to be for the 15 Pro and the 16 series, is mainly just going to be adding the new Apple Intelligence features. I don't know how many of those features are going to be iOS updates and how many of those features are going to be. It shouldn't be something that they enable server side, because a lot of the Apple Intelligence stuff is processed on device unless you're using that cloud compute thing that they're talking about. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be mostly an OS kind of deal. It's not going to be like those other features that are enabled just out of the blue. But yeah, if anybody sees anything, you're not able to find anything new. Yeah, I'm not really, like I said, the animations and kind of just like the app opening feel to be a little bit smoother. So maybe they've optimized stuff like that. But also the phone restarts when it installs iOS, obviously. So part of that could also be just the phone restarted and cleared some cache and some RAM and stuff like that out. So I'll have to use it for a couple days and see if it changes. I did notice with this little device monitor app here, as you can see, the iOS runs the memory like slam full. So it's really weird how it optimizes it. It doesn't like clear out the memory and like have like free space. It just runs it like slam, maxed out, and then it kind of just optimizes and changes things how it needs. So that's kind of weird. Any new non-Apple Intelligence device features? Not that I've seen. There's probably not going to be any new features because we're supposed to be getting this update here in the next like couple weeks to the public. So the next update that the developers get on the on next week is going to be just the finalized version of this to test before it's released to the public. So we're really not going to see any new features added. It's going to be a bug fix kind of thing at this point. But I don't know. Let me see. If I go into feedback here. Let me see my... So a couple of the bugs that I had... Oh, okay. I was getting weather alerts for California. I'm in Virginia. I don't have California on my weather app. Like nothing. Like if I go to my weather app, let's see. If I go to the list on my weather app, I have my current location again because it's just saved in there, and then a place in Minnesota. I don't have anything for California in here, and I was getting weather alerts for I think it was heat advisories for like a city in California. And I was like, okay, either I'm stupid or something's wrong with this because I don't know how I'm getting these weather alerts. And so I actually made a feedback saying getting weather alerts for locations not added to weather app. And as you can see there, recent similar reports, more than 10, which I've only ever seen the thing go up to more than 10. Like it'll say like, I think 5 and then more than 10. It doesn't say like more than 100 or more than, whatever. More than 10 is the only thing I've ever seen it say. But then resolution potential fix identified for future OS update. So hopefully they fix that so I stop getting weather alerts for California because I'm all the way across the country. I did have one where my phone would crash when I was in an app and I would swipe to go home like that, and it would kind of freeze in the middle and then restart the home screen. That one was also one that was a more than 10 and potential fix identified, so hopefully that's something that's fixed in this update. High battery drain, is this for iOS or watchOS? No, okay, so this was one of the older ones I had for watchOS. I think this one was fixed in the last update. It says more than 10 for that as well. Keyboard slow response, this is from back in September, also more than 10. So you can see that these issues that I've been noticing are widespread issues. They're not just things that I've been seeing. So that is any new Apple Intelligence features? No, I haven't. I mean, I haven't really, I noticed the last one that the Mail app, the summary in the Mail app started working, like the priority thing up top. That was there. It summarizes. I don't think we're going to get any of the... I know it summarizes notifications, like when you have like a stack of them in the notification center, it'll summarize those, but there's the other one that shows kind of like a giant summary of them. I don't think that's something that comes until like the full version of Apple Intelligence is released. So that might be something we see in like 18.2 or farther down the line. But I'm waiting on like all the what I want from Apple Intelligence. Like, yeah, it's cool that we can do like the text stuff and the summaries and the rewrite your text and stuff like that. That's cool and all. But I want the Apple Intelligence where you can talk to Siri 2.0 and you can kind of connect with all those apps and bring things back from the past, and like their commercial, like who did I have lunch with back in like September, and it's like, oh, you met so and so back in September, where it learns from iMessage and it learns from all your your apps and your stuff like that. That's what I want to see from Apple Intelligence. And if you go into I don't know if you guys know this, but if you go into your app settings for like certain apps, like this is just the Apple Store, for example, but in Apple Intelligence, not in Apple Intelligence settings, but in each app setting, you can turn on and off whether you want the Apple Intelligence to be able to learn from that particular app. So if you have apps that have like sensitive data in them, or you don't want Apple Intelligence to be learning off that, or stuff like that being connected, you can actually turn that off on a per app basis. So if you have like apps for work or something like that, and you don't want your Apple Intelligence stuff being tied to your work apps or your that kind of stuff, you can turn that off per app. But I'm not seeing really anything new for Apple Intelligence. I think all the Apple Intelligence stuff we're going to get in 18.1 has kind of already been in there. Siri, obviously, still no Siri 2.0, which is probably going to be the biggest update to Apple Intelligence is Siri 2.0, and working with all that. That's going to be the one that I think everybody uses the most. The summaries are cool, but that's not really, in my opinion, too fancy. But with like when Siri starts acting like ChatGPT and having that kind of data where it's like really learning, that's going to be the biggest thing for this, I think. And then obviously on this thing, there's no iOS or no Apple Intelligence, so it still just says Siri on there, just like it always has. I did notice once I updated this phone to 18.1. I don't know when this happened because like I said, I hadn't used this phone in months, and it was on like 18 beta 2 or 3 probably. And I have this like I said, third-party Amazon battery in here, and when I updated it to 18.1, I no longer have the little notification badge on the settings app, because it used to be you open settings and there's a little notification badge, and you get up here a warning about the unverified battery. I have a warning up here. Now there's no like warnings that like stand out all the time. You just have to go into battery, and you can see here that it still says battery health and charging, and it says unverified. But you actually get battery health now for like a third-party battery. It doesn't give you the peak performance. It says it's not able to calculate that, but it does give you the battery health. So I don't know if the battery health is going on what the battery is reporting as its design capacity, or if what iOS thinks that an iPhone SE should have as a design capacity. Not too sure on that because it hasn't changed yet. Like I said, this battery is brand new. It's just a $20 battery from Amazon. But it no longer bugs you about having a third-party battery in there. Of course, you get the battery message saying that it's unable to verify if it has verifying genuine Apple battery, which, I mean, that's fine. Obviously, you should know that if the phone's not able to verify the battery, but it doesn't give you like a notification and a pop-up and a notification badge on settings and all this other stuff. The only other place you see it is if you go to About. If you change any parts in your iPhone, you will get a parts and service history option right here in About. And any parts you change, and this even goes for like if you buy official Apple parts on the self-repair store and have them paired to the phone, if they're not original to the phone, you'll get this page. If the battery was verified, it would say verified or genuine or whatever. But right now it just says unknown part because it truly is an unknown part. So that's the only other spot you see that is on there. You can get used parts for iPhones now, and they will pair with the with 18.1. So I don't know if that works for things that are not in the Apple self-service program. Like if I get a battery from an iPhone SE, maybe I'll go on eBay and try that. Maybe I'll try to get a battery. Hold on, let me see if I can find an original Apple one, and just get a used one and see if it does that. Let's see. But I know on the stuff that's on the self-repair store, it will in fact tell you that it is that it's used, but it will still pair to the phone, so you won't get any warnings. It'll just tell you it's a used battery. Let's see. I can get one for $14.95. iPhone S OEM original Apple iPhone SE second 2020 replacement battery, 100% health, 0 cycles. $14.95. Maybe I should try this. See if I put an original Apple battery in there, if it will pair to the phone and actually give me all the stats. I think I'm going to try that. Let's see. Because why not? It's $14. I gotta get the security code. We have a cool little experiment to do here on the SE, because that's pretty much what I bought it for. Let's see. Can I use my... Oh, nope. I'll just use my spendable funds in eBay, because why not? What else do I have in my... Oh, I don't need that. It's like, why is it $32? Yeah, there we go. Sweet. Okay. Didn't even really cost me anything because I just sold some stuff on eBay. Alrighty, we'll put that in here when it comes. It's supposed to be an OEM original battery for the SE, a 0 cycles, so hopefully it is indeed an original Apple battery, because experiment won't work if it's not. Probably should have read the description on the listing. I guess I can do that real quick. It is original OEM. Okay. It says, after battery installation, there will be a warning message unable to verify this iPhone has a genuine battery. Of course, that's what we got before 18.1, but I think a lot of that changed in 18.1. So we'll see if this actually still does that, which will be cool to see. If it lets you put in a used battery and it verifies it, that would be very nice, even if it does it for the older phones. But like I said, that's something that definitely works with the Apple, like the phones that are in the self-repair store that you can do. So we'll see what we get. Anybody else have any questions or anything before I end the stream? Anybody found anything new in 18.1 beta 7 that they want to throw in the chat real quick and we'll take a look at? Or looking like just a bug fix release, though. Nobody's really been able to find any new features this far yet. Like I said, if you look on my channel, I did an update video on what happened, why the videos were different for 2 months. Like I said, had a staph infection, had an infection in my foot. Wasn't able to, I had what's called a PICC line. It's basically like an IV that they stick in your arm above your elbow, right above your elbow, and it kind of goes through your shoulder over next to your heart. So you can do. Mine was used for IV antibiotics that I could do at home. So I did them myself. But I was in the hospital for 3 weeks, and then I got home with that. So I had to stay downstairs, and all my office and all my stuff is upstairs. So I was basically just stuck to recording videos on my iPhone, or my Fold 6 is what I was using if I was making a video of the iPhone. But now I'm back up with my camera, back up with my setup. I have the Mac Mini that I bought to run the Blue Bubble server. I actually bought a monitor for and took it downstairs, so I had a desktop set up down there, a small one. And then now the Mac Mini is actually back upstairs, and I have it hooked up to my double monitor, so I don't have to carry my laptop back between my office and my room. I can kind of just leave my laptop in there and have that in there, and then have this in here. The M2 Mac Mini is plenty powerful for the light video editing that I do, and I'm streaming off of it right now using Streamlabs OBS, so it has no issues with any of that. I've been doing that all day with it, and it's just fine. It works great. Good little computer for a bunch of different little things. It handles all the tasks that I need it to. So picked that up just in time. But everything else, is going back to, other than the fact that I'm on crutches until I get my left foot fixed. Everything is kind of going back to, at least from what you guys will see, normal. It takes me a little bit more effort to crutch around and move stuff. I can't carry stuff as easy with my hands because crutches. But I figure out how to get it done. So hopefully a lot of the videos will be returning to normal here, and that kind of stuff. If you go back to the beginning of the stream after it ends and you can watch the recorded version, I talked about some plans I had for the setup where I might get like a dedicated iPhone to record. So if I'm making iPhone videos like on my 16 Pro Max, like cases, accessories, the phone itself, whatever it may be, I just think the iPhone, like after I've used it for videos, the past 2 months, I really like how I can record on the iPhone and then send the video right to Final Cut Pro on my iPad. Or I can record directly to a drive with USB-C, hook it up to my Mac, and it's right there in Final Cut Pro ready to go. So that's really nice. I found if you use the camera app, you have to be using ProRes to record to the USB-C drive. But if you use the Final Cut camera app right here, you can it'll automatically just record. You can select the drive and record to it, no matter what resolution or anything you're recording in. So that's kind of nice. But I got iOS 18.1 installed on all the devices. If there's anything major that I find after this, or if I see that has come out, I will definitely do an update video. But if it's just some bug fixes and stuff like that, I'm just going to leave this stream. I'm going to leave the stream up, obviously, but I'm not going to make another separate video outside of this if there's nothing really new to report. And then we'll check out the RC next week when it comes out. I should be able to do another live stream when that drops. And we'll check that out here. So if you're not already, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of these streams. I'm going to start doing these again. Obviously, I'm on leave from work while I can't walk without crutches. So I am here pretty much all the time. So we'll be able to do some stuff like that like we did when I broke my foot last year. So yeah, that kind of works out, I guess, in a way. But that's that. I'm going to end this here. If you guys are looking for any discounts, like I said, check out my partners in the description. I've got some collabs down there. They have like a $10 off coupon, Plug Tech. You can get some nice devices or accessories there from Plug Tech, $10 off 99 or more. And a lot of the other ones are like 10% off your order, like Slick Wraps, which is where I bought this skin from for my iPhone. Nice little retro looking skin there. None of those are like sponsored. It's just affiliate links that I signed up for myself, but all the products I've still paid for. So that is that. I am Colin with Techout. Thank you all you guys for watching this stream today. It was a pretty popular stream. Had some good interaction in the chat, all that kind of stuff. So